Welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm of course Bongeye, and unfortunately guys, we are having to start a brand new fresh start on Ostriv due to my save file being corrupted. That could be down to myself or recent updates in the game, I don't know. But what we'll do is we'll continue with a brand new fresh start. This will now be Ostriv Alpha 4.6. There's been quite a few updates which I'm sure we'll find as we go through. But this time, we'll be able to go through a little bit slower and try and get things done exactly how we want rather than rushing things like I did previously. So we're just going to have a quick scan around. For those that don't know the map, guys, if you're just new to the channel, we have a red boundary that goes right the way across here. And it stops there, and you can see it goes down. So you can see we've got quite a lot of land to mess about with, and it keeps going down here. And it gives you an idea there that the red line's just here. We've got different resources scattered around the island, such as obviously you got your wood, you got your stone, you've got limestone and other things as we progress through as well and get things unlocked. As well as this beautiful open lake we can use for fishing and transporting of goods once we get to that stage. It's currently March 1721. And the first thing we're going to do, guys, is put our camp down where we want to start. Right then, the question is, where do we want to start? Previously, we started putting things around about here. We had our farm over here. And if I'm honest with you guys, I'm not totally sure where we should start this time around. However, I do want things done a little bit differently. And I want to try and get some sort of structure done in regards to where the paths lie. Some sort of like a town centre type scenario. Although let's face it, guys, in 1721 it was more like stalls on the side of streets. I'm sure you have all seen old photographs or possibly films that look very similar. So I do want to get some sort of building structure straight across the front of here, like houses and so on, and then we can start looking at building around. So I think what we may do for the time being, guys, I'm going to do what I usually do and put my stuff down here in regards to the forestry and what have you. Although if you're looking at this, guys, if we see it now, we've actually got a nice big hole there, and we could put a forestry, guys, in there straight away. That'll allow us to start breaking down this area of trees, I'm hoping. So if we just go straight in, and we're just going to try and plonk, I don't know if it's going to let us plonk them in there. We could put this here for the time being, like so. Before I do anything else, we're going to go straight in and we're going to get our forestry put in, and I'm hoping it's going to let me put that in there. And let's just see if we can rotate that around. I always get that button mixed up. That'll actually go in there without any issues whatsoever. Now, guys, as well as what you may find is if I was to just grab something and move it across here, you see that green square that's just appearing there? That is the entrance or where the travellers come in when it comes to exporting. So we don't want to be blocking that off. Although I don't think it'll make a big difference. But we'll try and keep that open. And we'll have our main trade station across the back of here. So let's just get rid of that button a minute. So we've got our forestry. And we're going to need to start getting these up and running. So first of all, we'll get them out and get people working on that. We'll go in there. And we'll get them working on that straight away. We have got some resources, guys, that are currently down here. What I'm going to do this time as well is I'm not going to mess about with wages. Whereas before I was knocking the wages down to about 50%, and then I upgraded them later on and they gave to 100. We're going to leave it at 100. We'll just have to keep an eye on in regards to stuff such as the amount of people get coming in, if people are going to be working on there, if not, then stop the build and so on, and pause things as and when we need them. And if you remember, guys, we've now got the bigger houses as well. So I'm just trying to come up with an idea as to how I want to do certain things. So we're just going to wait for this to go ahead. What we do need to do, though, guys, is get at least, I think it's 9 houses built before winter. It's currently March. We've got 27 residents only, which is not a lot, especially when you've got a lot of building to be getting on with. And that is up and running. So straight away, I'm going to pause that. We're going to get a couple of people working in here. We're just going to get 2 in for the time being. 100% wages. And then we're going to go in there. Oh, there we go. And we've got all these up and running. We're even going to... I don't think we're going to mess about with bark just yet. What we do need to do, though, guys, is get a clay pit put in. Now then, the question is, where do we put a clay pit at this present time? Do we put it on the back of here? Do we put it on the back of the wall there? What is going to be the best option? I mean, as it happens, that is pretty much dead land. If we can get it in the back of there, I didn't think we could. So I think what we'll do, we're just going to put it at there. Right on that line. The good thing is, once those trees are being built, we don't have to worry about anything getting built. It just instantly builds it. But we still got to get the 9 houses done. So let's just look how we're going to get this running for starters. I'm thinking possibly a 2x2 house block here. Do the same across here. Or we could just do like a row of houses here. Across here and so on. So we're going to need to get the... what I'm actually going to do is, normally I'd go for the small houses. I'm going to jump straight in, guys, with some of the big houses, just so we've got some food and crops grown before we can get a farm put in place. I'm just trying to figure out exactly how I want this to look. So if we go ahead and we were to put 2 houses there, 1 there, and I can't even see the actual outline there. Zoom in a little bit. And we'll get that like so. And we're just going to do exactly the same, but opposite. As all you guys will know, I like things look... Well, I try and get things look as tidy as possible. We're going to try and get a couple of the archways in here as well. See if I can just rotate that slightly. Might have to get a better angle on that. Like so. I'm going to do exactly the same on the other side. This, I mean, I'm not saying these arches are going to stay, you guys. It just gives me an idea when I'm trying to square things off. And it might be a bit anal, but we all play games out certain ways. And then I can get these other 2 houses straight in there as well. Don't forget, guys, if you're holding shift, you can then duplicate it moving over. Right, if I press F1, we can get that line up a little bit better. I think that's how I want that to look. 4 houses, and then I'm thinking if we just do another 2 on the back of this. And again, I'm going to have to pull that over like so. Again, we'll put another archway in along the back of here. I'm putting the fancy archways in, why not? That's a bit skew-away, but it doesn't matter. 1 in there. We'll do exactly the same over here. Don't forget, guys, well, if you're new to the game, don't forget to put some seating in. Because what happens is, if you don't, these guys will automatically come over here to sit down, which means they could be walking from all the way from over here, over there, for a little sit down, just to go all the way back. Because if at least you've got any seating areas down, they'll sit where the closest point is. And we're just going to rotate that around again there. Get that one side by side. How many houses is that? We've got 6. Got the 6 there. I'm just trying to wonder, do we put another one across the back of here? That is currently facing the back of the building, so 6. That would give us 8 if we do it that way. And who doesn't want a house facing the riverbank? Like so. I don't expect us to get all 9 done, but at least if we can get 8 done, that'd be ideal. And that is a little bit of a wonky donkey line, but it doesn't matter. Let's get this put back on full speed. And we'll try and get these up and running now. They're going to be trying to get these 5 trees out the way so we can get clay in. The good thing is, though, guys, we have actually got people that can be getting on with building. Because, as you can see, we have got a couple of resources now. Resources here. What we also need to do, before we go any further, guys, is that we need to make sure we have got a thatcher available to us as well. So let's just go in fact, how much have we got at the moment? We've got 4,000. I don't think we're going to need it all. How much does it need? 4, 12. To be honest with you, I'm not going to put a thatcher in just yet. I think we might get away without it at this moment in time. As long as we get those initial houses up and running, then we can look at repositioning where things have got to go and so on and so forth. And as that is an actual entrance, what we'll do is we'll put the actual seating at the side. One there. One there. We'll do exactly the same on the other side as well. Don't forget to rotate your chairs around though, guys. And we should have a bench over here. And the same goes for over here. Whee! So unfortunately, guys, we are actually having to start again, like I say. So we'll class this as season 2. I think the most residents we got in the last one was about 400. But hopefully we'll get above that this time round. And how are we getting on at the moment? Clay pit. 1 tree and then the clay pit is in as well. And there we go. Clay pit is in. House is getting built. Now that we've got that up and running, what I think we will do is we'll put our carpenter slam bang next door to it. To our forester. Just there, like so. And then we're going to put our smithy, if I can find him. I'm just going to put him on this side. He doesn't necessarily have to be that close. Like so. And not to mention as well, it'll give us plenty of space to put our coal pits in. Like so. So it is April. We've still got 27 residents, which is good. We've almost got our first house up and running. This looks tidier already compared to what we had before. But that means nothing. Let's face it, guys. It all starts off well and then goes completely the wrong way. Or not how you want it to go. We've got to remember as well, guys, I think when we get to, I think it's 100, then we need to make sure we put a church in as well. So at the moment, we've still got 9 families living in tents. And hopefully, that won't be for much longer. And we've already got our first house in, and we've got honey. How looks at that? Now then, as this is going to be like almost like the entrance, what I'm also going to do, guys, I'm actually going to put a well at the side of this part as well. It's next to that where that bench is. Like so. And that should cover this side anyway. And then we'll do a similar thing over here. But on the opposite end. Just that we haven't got any issues in the future moving forward when it comes to water. And as it happens, we have actually got a well over here, guys. So they haven't got far to walk at this moment in time. But over time, this will be getting taken down when we won't need it. I'm just hoping we manage to get these houses built before the end of November. Otherwise, anyone who's still in tents will have left. Which means it's going to be harder for us moving forward. Less bodies means less work getting done. Which is not great. And these houses do take slightly longer than the smaller houses, as you imagine. They're a lot bigger. What I do like about this as well now, guys, as you can see there, they're in the process of building this house. All the materials are there, and they've already started moving the materials to this house as well, ready to get this up and running. We'll let that run through a couple of moments, and then hopefully when we come back, we'll still have some residents left. So as you can see, guys, it is currently September. We've still got all our residents as it happens at the moment, and we only need 3 houses before we've got what we need. However, we are getting a little bit low on our thatcher, so we're going to have to start looking at getting a thatcher put in place. So what I'm going to do is going to get one put just down the front of here on the side of the riverbed. Let's see what we can do in regards to getting that in there. I'm in 2 minds where we just put on the edge of this area there, like so. Again, try to look at possibly having a path going down there. So if we do this, just going across here, that'll help. Like, we'll put it like that as it happens. And then what we'll do is we'll get a couple of hay bales put in as well there, just across the side of the building. So we can get these spread out a little better than we have in the past. I don't want them taking up too much space. We'll put a 3rd one just above, about there, like so. And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to bring the thatcher forward before the last house, because I think I've actually put 1 too many houses in. We need 2 houses. We've got 1 getting built and we've got 1 getting filled here. So we'll bring that up before we build that, because we don't actually need it. Although it does help to have an empty house available for when it comes to... I've just realised how bad that fence is. Not to worry. When it comes to getting more residents in, because you need to have an empty building for them. The seating's getting used, which is good. And then, like I say, once we've got these in, what I'm actually going to do is get the water in as well. So we'll get these 2 wells put in. We've got 1 here and 1 at the edge there. Get this house, put these 2 houses in, and then the 2 wells, and that should be us hopefully by the end of November. It's currently mid-October in game, that is. And then hopefully we should get that other house done before the end of November. Now, you may see some grey things flying on the screen, guys. Don't think for a minute it's your screen. I actually tried to wipe my monitor thinking it was a fly or something on my screen. It isn't. It's actually a bird in the game. It's actually the shadow. Don't be doing what I did and try and wipe your screen, because it can be a little bit confusing when you first look at it. Now that we're going to be doing these, they should start be filling up the resources for the wells, and then it'd be straight onto the thatcher, and then we can start looking at getting the carpenter in place and the smithy as well before we get that other house put in place. Now, if you are new to the game, guys, don't forget at the top of here it shows you exactly in what order things should be done, and if you want to skip it, you've got a couple of options. You can drag and drop where you want them to go, or you can literally press pause and it'll stop it and it'll just won't get made. I used to do the pausing scenario, but then I forget to set it back on. So what now I tend to do now is just drag it in the rotation of where I want it to go. And that way, if I do happen to forget something, at least work is still getting carried out as to how I want it to be done. Our last house is currently getting built, and it's at the very early stages of November. Hopefully, it won't take too long before this is actually finished, and we get to keep all our residents. And as you can see, we've only got the one tent left. We're down to 270 thatch. We need 400 for this particular house. As it happens, we've actually got them. So we're down to our last 250. So, which is why I have, after this house, we'll be getting the thatcher in after we've got the wells up and running. My only concern is in regards to nails. We have got plenty of nails, which is just as well, really. Because these are going to need them for this thatcher. And then we'll start looking at getting the carpenter in and the smithy before we start looking at doing things such as cartports and other things. I'm just going to have a quick look across the bottom, guys, to see if there's anything else in here. Looking at the notes, I believe it was more to do with tweaks where some houses were getting disconnected from the main builds, which is why they weren't getting, which is why we were getting the white lines, I believe, in the last game we played. Oh, we've got the big hay barracks now. That's new. So that is the case. Let me just have a quick check, make sure there is nothing I have missed. Farm, chicken coop, cow shed. Smeltery. That's a new building. That is, I'm glad I looked now. Smeltery. Good to know. I always wondered if they bring a smeltery in. We've also got, we know about these here. So let's just go into there as well. Let's see what we've got. We've got the big barrack, what we just mentioned. These, nothing's changed there. Nothing seems to be changed there. The good thing is we've got all our residents in before the snow came, which is good. We've got our primary school in, still nothing in the health section, and we've got our churches in there as well. So nothing here, so that's all good. Let's just pause that at the moment, guys. We're going to get a couple. We're going to get 4 women on here. We've got. If we hover over that that little icon there, it shows that we've currently got 8 women out of work at the moment and looking for jobs. So let's get them in there, and we're going to make sure that we get them on 100%. We're going to do it on women only at this moment in time. And they could be getting on with that. And in the meantime, our wells have been made as well. And we're now getting our carpentry up and running. And I'm thinking we'll bring the smithy forward before the house. Because without it, we're not going to get much nails done. And we are getting short on nails as well. With that in mind, let's go ahead and get these coal pits put in place. Just see. Why is it not letting me put it in? Oh, I've already put it in. We've got the 4 coal pits going in. We've now got our carpenter up and running. So let's go in there and get a worker on there as well. We want to make sure that all these are ticked, because I kept forgetting to do this last time. Apply all. We've got full-time work. Or full wages. We're going to go with the men on this particular one. Don't need that many labourers, so we're just going to knock it down to maybe 3 for the time being. We've got 212 nails left, which is probably a good thing that we got the smeltery, not the smeltery, the smithy in when we did. Smithy is up and running as well now, so that's going well. Let's just go. I'm just going to go into here first of all. Put a guy on there. Make sure all these are ticked again. Labourer. Go to there. We don't need that many labourers either, so we're just going to go with 2. Again, we're just going to leave it for men at the moment. This is not me being sexist, by the way, guys. Please don't think that. We've got them up and running. Tell you what we're going to do as well. We're going to stick horseshoes on there as well. We might only go to 50. Oh, we'll go to 30. Just so we've got them in there as well. And we've got a smeltery now as well, haven't we? So what I'm thinking is, surely the smeltery helps us make nails. Because we need to smelt this stuff down. We click on the icon there. Smeltery produces iron by heating iron ore in a furnace using charcoal. It's constructed in a form of a water mill. Aha. Which uses a dam to stream water through a water wheel. A wheel drives bellows the accelerator, burning and increasing the furnace temperature. 1 unit of iron takes 5 units of coal and 5 units of iron ore to produce. It's essential for a smelter to be built on a flowing river. So there we go. Keep in mind that the smeltery dam will obstruct movement of trade and fishing boats. So careful planning basically where we need to put it. A smeltery can't work in winter when the rivers are covered in ice, which makes sense. 2 seconds, guys. Apologies for the slight interruption there, guys. Unfortunately, as you can always guarantee, when you start recording, someone turns up at your front door. In any case, where were we? So we've got this smithy in. We've now got our pits in there. And they are now getting stacked up. It's currently December. We've got the snow in, and we're going to get that last house built up as well. Keep an eye on what we've got resources wise, which that's happening okay. And that's Camp Central. So this is the only thing that will be staying until we can get a the town building in. So let's have a quick look. I'm not particularly bothered about getting that in just yet, guys, because I think we need to look at getting the farm ready. So what we'll do is, while we're waiting for that to come through, we'll pause that for the time being, and I'm going to look at how we're going to get this up and running. Now, as I mentioned, guys, I'm just going to grab something quickly, just so I can have an idea where that is. We've got that entrance there, so we can put our trade station here, as we had before. Now, what I'm actually going to do is, I'm going to put this in place, but I'm not going to actually build it. This is just so that I don't accidentally put something in there in the future, because let's face it, I will. Let's have a quick look how we're going to do this and which rotation we do it. It won't stop us from putting it. We don't have to put it right on there. You know what I'm like? I like me paths. So what I'm going to do, we put an archway in. Put the larger archway across here. In fact, we'll put the fancy one because it's going to be in the middle of the town still. To be in the residential area, so to speak, or just on the outskirts. We put that in like so. And if I put that in there, it won't be too bad. I'm just going to rotate that around actually. Nope, that didn't go in. Which is just as lucky because I didn't want it there. Now then, guys, I'm looking at that and I'm thinking I should really have the entrances to the side, shouldn't I? To be honest with you. So let's just, like so. That's what I want. We are going to have a little bit of a gap here, which I don't want to keep there. So I'm going to fence it off. Because if I don't, you guarantee the residents will walk through it. I was actually planning to put the fence on the back of that, but I will. There we go. Like so. And that'll help that. So that's why we're going to have this there. We're going to have buildings going across the back of here. I'm in two minds, guys, and you can let me know if I'm doing this wrong or if you think I should do it slightly different. But I'm thinking about putting a farm here. So if we go into our farm, which is here, if we go ahead and put that along the back here. Just thinking. If we put it about there, it means cutting trees down. But then if we can look at cleaning this line off as well. And I'm actually going to bring that up before that house, if I'm honest. And I've placed it and I don't even know where I put it. But they're telling me where they're putting it. They're going to go straight to it, which is good. So they're ticking these, there we are. And then we can look at getting some fields down the back of here, down the side. And we can make like a nice big area before we start looking at doing other things across here. And then across the centre here, we can have like the townhouse, and so on and so forth. Now, I was in two minds whether we continue with putting another two houses across here, but I'm actually debating on doing things slightly different. And that would be to do it that way on and do a row facing in over. Like that. Quick look. And again, I can be pausing these so it's not an issue. I'm just going to put that there for the time being just so I know where it is. And that's going to block that entrance off as well, which is good. Oh, didn't want to do that. Forgot about pressing the F1 button, didn't I? Put that there, like that. But before I do that, I'll put another archway in. If it allows me to. I think we had problems last time trying to do this. It's good that they developed this option in actually, because it means you can make the gardens as big as you like. You can make skew width looking buildings without them looking out of place. We could put another one of them just on the side of that. Oh, well, I didn't do it. I didn't. Just go back there again. Get that accord across here. What have I get? Then we'll do exactly the same, just get another 2 houses down the back of here, and at least we've got plenty of houses in place before we go any further. Don't get me wrong, guys, I don't expect these to be perfect. It's just to give me a bit more of an idea of how things are going to lay out. But I think on this one here, we're going to do it so it's still facing the actual river. And oh, so we've got the actual supplies, the actual trees. We've got 7 trees left to take down from this area. Just to make sure we've got people working for us. So we've got 1 carpenter, we've got the 2 foresters, and we've got guys working in the smithy. No men are looking for work, but women are looking for work at the moment. And then I think what we may end up doing is putting a carport just opposite the dock, the trading post, which I'm thinking I might bring down the back there. I don't think we're going to need it in straight away. That is definitely a wonky donkey of a line, isn't it? Not to worry. It is what it is. We can always rectify it later on if we need to. And then we're going to be putting these in there as well. Oh, has that just gone a little bit wonky? It has. Let's just take that out. And that out. better. Now we can see that. We can see how wonky these look. Actually do look. Which means that this archway is in the wrong place. Oh, so glad I checked that. I don't know why I didn't do it beforehand, but there we go. And one last one. Like so. That'll allow us to get more residents in and up and running. Still at 27. Almost, well, we've gone through a full year almost. I think we're going to do exactly what we did on the last episode, which was these tall trees. But I'm not too sure if I want to go down that particular tall tree. I don't want spruce, and I don't know if I want the... Let's have a look at what... I actually like to look at them... Just to give us a nice path out towards where the docks are going to be. So with that in mind, it might be best to just get one of the docks in ready. When I say docks, I mean fishing dock. Then we'll look at getting a boatyard maybe on the opposite side there. That allows us to start getting fish and you got your normal fish and you got your frozen fish, haven't you? I can't think what the name of it is off the top of my head. We've got 5 trees. Is it 5 trees? 5 trees are wait. Sorry, 3 trees are waiting to be taken off. So I'm just wondering if we've got enough men. No, we haven't. Open vacancy 1 for okay, and no market, and we know what that means. It means they're going to say they're hungry before long. But I'm thinking what we do is if we get the townhouse, put it on the back of here. Now, just to make sure I get this right, because I still want to get the nice archways going. I'm just going to put an archway in. Sorry, guys, smacked my glasses off the actual microphone there. Just to give me an idea of where things are going to be sitting. So if we put that there. Like like so. I don't actually need that. Oh, right, okay. What's going on there? So they are not taking these trees out. It did say 5 trees. It's 5 trees. I thought it did. It's actually saying 4 now, but there we go. We've got another house available, which means we've actually got 2 houses free, waiting for people to move in. So that in case, I'm going to start moving some of these houses down the back, because we don't actually need them right now. But I think we could do with getting the fishing set up and ready. I don't like the fact that they're walking across there, to be honest with you. So I'm actually going to put a fence. Like that. Hopefully stopping them from walking around like she's just done. And they'll have to walk that way around or up. Just to stop these horrible paths from being scattered all over the place. It's nice to keep these nice and clean if we can. We can always take our fence down once we've started building up a little bit better around the area. Although they're going to start bringing another path down here now, aren't they? And we've got 3 women looking for work, 4 women looking for work. Suddenly, we've got more women looking for work. Why is that? We haven't had anyone move in. The good thing is, if we've got women looking for work, once this farm's up and running, we're going to get a manager straight away. And we'll have at least 1 worker. So it's not a bad thing. But that gives you an idea of how things are going to be looking, guys, moving forward. We'll have our trading post here. Got our start of the housing area, so to speak, here. We'll probably put another house on this end. And we've got the main townhouse is going to be going here. We'll have houses going across there like so. Got the townhouse there, and then we'll start looking at putting maybe a granary there and a granary here, and having the stalls set out across here as well. And we'll have some sort of like a cart park across the back of this, right opposite the trading area. And then what we possibly look at is near this island, we might put the smeltery so that you can have a bridge going across over to the other side. And it's not going to be so much in the way up there. So we need to get 3 boats in place. Dried fish, that's what I was thinking of when I said salted fish. Dried fish. Got them set up as well. Men and women can be a fisherman. We don't mind that at all. I know it says man on the end, but that's, you got woman and you got fisherman. So because you get the docks put in next, or the boat yard even, and then we can start getting these boats built up and running as well. Now I'm just going to make sure we have, or I have, got everything set up how I want it to be. Yeah, that's correct. These are all ticked, which is what I wanted to double check. And our farm is getting built, which is absolutely brilliant. So in the first episode, guys, we've got, what, 10 houses? Thereabouts, 10 houses. We've got our forestry, our thatcher up and running, our smeltery, our forestry, and our carpenter. And we've got our first fishing dock, as well as the farm up and running as well. Let's just pause that there. We're going to get, we're getting a manager in. make sure all these are selected as well. And we're going to get a plough ordered straight away, that we don't forget. And then we can start looking at adding some fields across the back of here. Like so. So that is it for episode 1 of Alpha 4.6, guys. If you see anything that I've put in place so far and you think, oh, I would maybe do it differently, then by all means, drop a comment below. If you want to follow me on any of my social media, guys, then all the links will be down below as well in the description, as well as a link to the game. Go by all means, check it out. It is available on Steam. Brilliant little game if you like your city builders. Don't forget, guys, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and hit the like button as well if you've enjoyed the video. Much appreciated. And I will be back to streaming hopefully next week on Monday the 25th. I think it's Monday the 25th. But on that note, guys, take care. I shall see you in the next video. In the meantime, stay safe. I'll see you all soon. Ciao for now.